with some introduction. We use various materials for our basic needs. Can you list out what are the various materials that we use for our basic needs? Some of them are found in nature. Some have been made by human efforts. Some have been made by human efforts. So, in order to lead our life happily, we use various materials for our basic needs. Some of them are found in nature. Some of them have been made by human efforts. What are these various materials? They are nothing but resources. They are nothing but resources. What do you mean by resource? Something that is available in nature for our future use. Something that is available in nature for future use is called a resource. For example, see here, the water, soil, minerals. All these are the resources. They are available in nature. That's why they are called natural resources. They are called natural resources. Air, water, soil and minerals, they are natural resources. They are natural resources. Based on availability, natural resources are classified. Based on availability, natural resources are classified into inexhaustible, exhaustible. What do you mean by inexhaustible? They are unlimited. They are present in unlimited quantity, plenty, abundant. They are not exhausted. What do you mean by exhausted? They are not exhausted. What do you mean by exhausted? They are not completed. They are not depleted. They are not finished by human activities. They are not finished by human activities. They are not depleted by human activities. Examples: sunlight, air. Sunlight and air. So please see here, we use various materials for our basic needs. Some of them are found in nature, some are made by human efforts. What are found in nature? We call them as resources. Something that is available in nature for future use is called a resource. Air, water, soil, minerals. Based on availability, natural resources are classified as inexhaustible, exhaustible. Inexhaustible means they are not exhausted by human activities. They are available in unlimited quantity, plenty, abundant, more. Exhaustible, they are of limited quantity. They are available in limited quantity. They are exhausted by human activities. They are completed by human activities. Example: coal, petroleum, forest, wildlife, etc. So if you use these exhaustible resources recklessly or excessively, the resources will be depleted. Such resources are called as what? Exhaustible natural resources. Coal and petroleum and natural gas, they are fossil fuels, because they are obtained from the dead remains of living organisms. They are obtained from dead bodies of plants and animals. Plants and animals are living organisms. Dead remains of living organisms are nothing but fossils. What do you mean by fuel? Which gives energy on burning. That is called a fuel. Let it be wood, let it be coal, petrol or something. Something which gives energy on burning can be called as a fuel. Okay, that's why it got the name fossil fuels. As this coal, petroleum and natural gas are found from dead bodies of plants and animals, that's why it got the name fossils. As they give energy on burning, it got the name fuel. So fossil fuels. So we will be discussing about coal and petroleum in detail. Please take a screenshot. We will be discussing about coal now. Coal is black in color. It is used in thermal power plants to generate electricity. It is used as a fuel in various industries. How is this coal formed? During some million years ago, large areas of forest are buried under the deeper layers of earth. And these forests are covered with various layers of soil. They were compressed by various layers of soil. So, due to high temperature and pressure that are prevailing or that are existing in the deeper layers of earth, dead plants got slowly converted into coal. As coal contains mainly carbon, whose symbol is C, the slow process of conversion of dead plants or dead vegetation is called carbonization. Carbonization is called what? Carbonization. So here, due to high temperature and pressure that are existing in the deeper layers of earth, dead plants got slowly converted into coal. As coal mainly contains carbon, the process of conversion of these dead plants is called carbonization. Carbonization. C-A-R-B-O-N-I-S-A-T-I-O-N. So as this coal is formed from dead remains of plants, it is a fossil fuel. It is a fossil fuel. As coal mainly contains carbon, on burning coal, that is on combustion or burning coal, it is giving you carbon dioxide, CO2. It is giving you carbon dioxide. We obtain various products from coal. One is coke, coal tar, coal gas. Coke, coal tar, coal gas. We get coke, coal tar, coal gas from coal. Please see here. Coal is black in color, used in thermal power plants to generate electricity. It is also used as a fuel to cook food also. It is used to generate steam, which is used to run steam engines. Due to high temperature and pressure that are present in the deeper layers of earth, dead plants that are buried under the deeper layers of earth, they are slowly converted into coal. This process is called what? Carbonization. What is this fossil fuel? As they are formed from dead remains of plants, that's why it got the name fossil fuel. So we get various products from coal, that is a coke, coal tar, coal gas. Coke, coal tar, coal gas. So please take a screenshot, we will be continuing our discussion. Products of coal. One is coke. It is a tough, porous, black substance. It's very tough, it is porous. Fine pores are there or holes are there, it is black. It is a pure form of carbon. It is used in the manufacture of steel and extraction of many metals. Extraction of many metals. Now next coming to coal tar. It is a black thick liquid with an unpleasant smell. Naphthalene balls, which are used to repel moths and insects, are obtained from coal tar. And various products obtained from coal tar are used as a starting material in various industries, that is like dyes, drugs, perfumes, paints, etc. So various products obtained from coal tar are used as a starting material in various industries, that is dyes, drugs, perfumes, paints, etc. Coal gas. In the process of conversion, in the processing of coal to get coke, in the processing of coal to give coke, we get coal gas. We get coal gas. It is used as a fuel in various industries. Generally, in the coal processing plants, it is used as a fuel, and also it is used in various industries. Now coming to petroleum. So please, once again I am repeating. Coke is a tough, porous, black substance. It is a pure form of carbon. It is used in the manufacture of steel and and also used in the extraction of many metals. Coal tar. It is a black, thick, liquid with an unpleasant smell. There are various uses of coal tar. Naphthalene balls, which are used to repel or which are used to drive away insects and moths, are obtained from coal tar. And various products obtained from coal tar are used as a starting material in various industries, that is dyes, drugs, perfumes, explosives, paints, etc. Coal gas. In the processing of coal To give coal, we obtain coal gas. We obtain coal gas used as a fuel. Now coming to petroleum. Petro means rock, oleum means oil. Please see here. Petroleum. Petro means rock. Oleum means oil. How is this petroleum formed? It is formed from the organisms living in the sea. It is formed from the organisms living in the sea. When these organisms die, their bodies settle at the bottom of the deeper layers of the sea, and their bodies get covered with layers of sand and clay. As there is no air, as there is absence of air, and high temperature and pressure that are prevailing in the deeper layers of sea, these dead bodies that remains of these organisms get transformed into petroleum and natural gas. Petroleum and natural gas. So petro means rock, oleum means oil. How is this petroleum formed? It is formed from the organisms living in the sea. When these organisms die, they settle at the bottom of their bodies settle down, and their bodies get covered with layers of sand and clay. As there is no air, as there is high temperature and high pressure, the dead bodies get transformed into petroleum and natural gas. Petroleum and natural gas. So please take a screenshot. We will be continuing also. So one may get doubt why this petroleum is called rock oil. It is called rock oil. Petro means rock, oleum means oil. As it is mined from between the rocks under the earth, as it is extracted from between the rocks under the earth. That's why it got the name rock oil. Please look figure 5.4. Please look figure 5.4 in your textbook. So why it got the name rock oil? As it is mined from between the rocks, or as it is extracted, or as it is taken out from between the rocks under the earth. Refining of petroleum. What is this petroleum? Petroleum is a mixture of various products. There is a petroleum gas, there is LPG gas, liquefied petroleum gas, petrol, diesel, lubricating oil, paraffin gas. Various products are there in the petroleum. You have to separate this. The process of separating the various constituents, fractions of petroleum is known as refining. It is carried out in a petroleum refinery. Petroleum is a dark, oily liquid with unpleasant odor. Petroleum has various products in it. Separation of these constituents or mixtures is nothing but refining. It is done in a petroleum refinery. Please take a screenshot and we continue also. Natural gas is easy to transport through pipes. It is stored at a high pressure as a compressed natural gas. The abbreviated form is CNG, compressed natural gas. This CNG is used as a fuel for transport vehicles. It is a less polluting and cleaner fuel. This CNG gas is used as a fuel in metro cities like Delhi and all. It is a clean fuel. It is less polluting. And coming to natural resources, there is coal and petroleum. These resources are limited, and moreover they take millions of years for their formation, and their resources are limited. They cause pollution, and the carbon dioxide gas that is released on burning these fossil fuels contribute to global warming. What do you mean by global warming? Where the average temperature of Earth's surface increases, and where the polar ice caps melt, more water will reach the sea level rises, and coastal areas will be submerged under water. Okay, irregular rainfall, irregular patterns in rainfall. All these are the problems that we face due to the global warming. So what do you mean by global warming? The average temperature of the earth's surface increases, that is nothing but global warming. Globe is getting warm, globe is getting heated. That is the earth's average temperature of the earth's surface is increasing. That's why it got the global warming. Global warming. In India, Petroleum Conservation Research Association (PCRA) advises people how to save petrol, diesel while driving. How to save petrol, diesel while driving. So here, coal and petroleum, the resources are limited. They cause pollution. Carbon dioxide gas that is released during burning of these fossil fuels contribute to global warming. There is increasing concentration of carbon dioxide gas in the atmosphere. This carbon dioxide gas traps the heat and increases the average temperature of the Earth's surface. That is called what? Global warming. Due to global warming, what happens? Polar ice caps will melt. More water will reach the sea. Sea level rises. Coastal areas will be submerged under water. In India, Petroleum Conservation Research Association, that is PCRA, advises people how to save petrol, diesel while driving. Driving at constant and moderate speed. These are some of the tips given by this PCRA, Petroleum Conservation Research Association. Driving at constant and moderate speed. Switching off the engine. Switch off the engine at traffic signals where you have to wait. Ensure correct tire pressure. Regular maintenance of the vehicle. Regular maintenance of the vehicle. See here, natural gas. It is easy to transport through pipes. It is stored under high pressure as compressed natural gas. It is used as a fuel for transport vehicles. It is a less polluting, cleaner fuel. Okay. And now coming to this coal and petroleum, the resources are limited. They cause pollution. They contribute to global warming. In India, Petroleum Conservation Research Association advises people how to save petrol, diesel while driving. Driving at constant and moderate speed. Switching off the engine where you have to wait or at traffic signals. Ensure correct tire pressure. Regular maintenance of the vehicle. These are the tips how to save petrol and diesel given by Petroleum Conservation Research Association of India. Okay, that is the end of this lesson, coal and petroleum. Please take a switch.